Hello. Let's just see if the volume is all right. This is what I'm going to have to do now. Hello. Hello. Okay, the volume isn't the greatest right now, but let's just roll with it anyway. I apologize for that. Um, it's slightly better than some of my previous live streams, but it's not as good as yesterday's live streams, for example. So, welcome to another live stream build on the Mayo Hosco channel of set 10255 Assembly Square Modular. Just excuse me, because I don't want the TV on in the background. I want to talk to you, wonderful viewers at home. Come on, turn off you. Okay, so we left off yesterday at page 223. So now it is time for page 224. And just like last live stream, because we are now getting onto the third floor of the modular, I don't want the bottom two floors to be in the shot of the time lapse. So I'm only going to have the third floors on the table. And let's start the time lapse. Okay, there we go. So let's get cracking. Hopefully either Captain Matt or Funtime appear in the live stream again, because I always have a good time when people get on, and it seems like Funtime, whose name is Mike from California, um, has gotten into these live streams in the chat around 5:15 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time, which is um, which is I think that's 12:45 or 11:45 um, p.m. a.m. in California, which is some good dedication. I like getting those late night viewers from the folks in the US. It seems like the Pacific Standard Time is good for those people like me who go to bed at 2:30 a.m. or just after midnight. So we're doing some column builds right now. So we're repeating this build 5 times. With studs on the side bricks and a 1x2 tile, then another one of those modified 1x2 plates with the vertical, sorry, with the with the straight tooth edge, and then a stack of 5 sand blue 1x2 profile bricks with the horizontal striations appearing. That's 4, 5. Then another one of those modified plates on top, and they hug the windows. Okay, and it did this by 4 more times. So I'd like to thank Captain Matt, Funtime, and Venomous Typin for getting involved in the live stream yesterday. It's always fun having someone to talk to um, during the live stream, um, whether you call me on Messenger or you appear in the live chat. I always like having that small talk with someone else, because to be honest, it's kind of hard to engage in small talk when I'm trying to think about topics off the fly. Okay, that's 4. This is 5. So we are on page 224, and um, there are 225 no 298 pages of steps in the instructions, and I'm thinking that by the end of this live stream, we will have finished bag number 5 and begin and start on the beginnings of bag number 6, which is the last bag, or the last number of bags for the assembly square modular. Because if you don't know already, with the creator expert sets like the modulars and some of the UCS sets in Star Wars, and I presume also the 18 plus black box sets and the direct to consumer sets, instead of having each each bag be its own number, particularly when you're building a modular in a modular floor by floor um build style. If you have 16 bags overall, you might get you might have well, actually let's do a better number. If you have 20 bags inside of a modular, for example, and you have so you've got the 20 bags, you might have 4 bag 1s, 4 bag 2s, 4 bag 3s, 4 bag 4s, and 4 bag 5s. So it's a different format compared to most Lego sets out there, but it works and it makes the build process more easier because you're building by floors. You're not building by the pieces. You're building by a floor, and you can better subdivide the build so that you don't have to well, you can have more pieces out at once, and you don't have to spend so long opening each bag one by one throughout the build process. I mean, the drawback is that you have to have a larger workspace to put all the pieces, but I think it's easier to keep track of with multiple copies of a certain numbered bag. That's just my opinion. I'd love to hear everyone else's opinion about that same thing in the comments below. Which build style do you prefer? Would you prefer it in a modular if it has 20 bags for there to be bags number 1 through 20? Or would you prefer it to be, for example, 4 bag 1s and 4 bag 2s and 4 bag 3s and 4 bag 4s and 4 bag 5s? I'd love to hear about that. I think people who have built the modulars, or who have regularly built modulars like myself, are probably going to agree with, are probably going to prefer the latter, not just because we're used to the build style, but also because we understand why the designers do it, why they sort their pieces that way. And actually, that brings up another point of conversation. In the old days, when Lego didn't even have numbered bags, because the sets were so small back then, in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you didn't need you didn't need numbered bags. When the sets started getting bigger and bigger, and you started having more Lego sets released every year that were over 500 pieces, that increased the necessity to have numbered bags. And for the longest of time, because of that, Lego actually had a patent on numbered bags for plastic brick construction. And eventually that patent ran out. I want to say sometime around 2010. And so now people like um, people like Mega Constructs, Mega Blocks, and Kobe, and um, and McFarlane and Creo, if they're still alive, or C3 Constructions, hashtag always be hydrated, are actually allowed to use numbered bags now because the Lego patent ran out. And so back before Lego needed to have numbered bags, they would actually sort the bags kind of like how it is in the creator sets where they would divide they would divide the pieces into bags by the element type and the size of the element and the color of the element. Because with a creator 3-in-1, you're not building you're not building in a numbered system because the 3-in-1 set you can use any pieces at any time to build either the main build or one of the two alternate builds. Having numbered bags don't work. And so what you see in the creator sets is what Lego used to do all the time. They would sort the pieces by they would group similar pieces together, and Wizar has talked about that in some of his videos for reviews about some of the old homemaker sets with the buildable maxi figures. Those are the figures from the sets that are building set with people, the dozens of building set with people sets that they made in the 70s and the 80s. And I like that system for the small sets. I don't believe if I don't believe Lego sets that have 3 bags or less should actually have numbered bags at all. I think if you're going to have that little amount of numbered bags for the size of the set that you're working with, do you really need numbered bags? Especially when especially when one type of element might be in 2 different bags. It'd just be easier to have. I think it'd be easier for the people who like to sort their pieces before they go into the build process, which it takes time to do that sorting before the build process. And Lego actually, I'm not sure if they still do, but when I first started buying sets with my own pocket money back in the late 2000s, Lego would put in at the front of the instructions, they would give you uh, they would give you really simple suggestions of how to sort your pieces before going into the build process. They would actually encourage doing that, but I've never done that because I've um, I've learnt to deal with the struggles of finding a certain piece that is camouflaging or is hiding in plain sight. I've learnt to deal with that. At least that's just my experience. And I think people. And there is fun time, fun time. Speaking of the devil, hello, Mike. It's good to have you around. See, I always love it when I see regular viewers in the comments or in the live comments of my live stream. See, that's the kind of stuff that just makes me want to keep on pumping out these live streams. So just seeing your name pop up there, fun time, has just improved my day and has just put a giant smile on my face. I'm so happy right now. So thank you for tuning in to the live stream. And anyone else that may be watching right now can see that we're hovering around 2 to 3 people right now um, that are watching according to YouTube graphics. Um, if you're out there watching, feel free to let your name be known so that I can I can shout out your name, and if you want to get involved in the conversation, if you have anything that you want to ask me, because not many people are around right now, as far as I know of, except me and Funtime, Mike from California. We've just gone past 15 minutes. I can. There is ample opportunity for me to answer anyone's question um, on a more quicker and intimate level, so to speak, because I welcome any point of discussion for small talk. Like like um the monologue I just went on about the Lego numbered bags. Still doing these columns that are stacking one by one modified bricks with the one by one studs on the side and one by one square plates. And putting these square plates on can be really tedious, but I predict that before the hour, we'll have bag number 5 all built, and we'll be moving on to the last bag, which is, oh, excuse me, bag number 6. Okay, need some more tiles. This is a very tedious process. Um, what else do I want to talk about? Well, Funtime says my mum just gave me my biggest surprise for my birthday because my little brother told me what it was, and I got an Xbox Series 6. Oh, a Series S. Oh, wow, an Xbox. Um, Let me know how much that cost, Mike, because actually that leads into uh, a topic of small talk. I own the original Nintendo Wii, and surprisingly, it still works after 13, well, after 14 years now. Eventually, the recharging station started becoming faulty, so we now use um, um I think it was um, Venomous Typon, who is one of my loyal supporters on Patreon. That's not built right. Where was it? I'm missing something. Oh yeah, I put an extra plate. $298. So that'd be about um, just close to 400 Australian dollars. I think I'm gonna need to use the brick separator. So you know what that means, folks who have been following the live stream. Take a shot of water every time I use the brick separator. Ooh, oh, there we go. Don't want our pieces to go flying. That I really had to wedge that underneath. And the problem with some of my brick separators is because they've developed a serrated edge, um, trying to dig and claw the pieces apart from each other. Unfortunately, they're not as sharp as they used to be. But I've got about 20 brick separators, so next man up in terms of brick separators. Just like as they say in the NFL, the National Football League, when one man goes down, next man up. And to a degree, that's the same mentality in Australian rules football. Because in the NFL, well, in American football, you have a 53-man roster, and most times, um, barring um, barring um, the effects of the Chima virus, as I like to call it. Um, Normally, on an Aussie Rules football team, you have a 44-man roster, and it's because of the roster size and the way that the rules are in place, and the way that there is so much team camaraderie in those two sports. I believe that um, Aussie rules football and American football are the most team orientated sports in the world. The Aussie rules football because that's the highest amount of players on a roster that have to both participate in offense and defense, and American football because all the players are a working cog in the system, and the way and obviously it's the largest roster in the world of any sports team, and I just love the camaraderie of both sports. I mean, yes, in rugby, every player has to participate in offense and defense, in within a 2 minute span, barring any repeat sets. But um, an 18-man roster and a 21-man roster for on game day does not compare to 44 men or 53 men. Um, what am I missing now? Um, okay, I've done all of that. Let's move on to page. Where are we at? Okay, now we have to add some slopes on 226. Yeah, so back to what I was talking about with my Wii. I remember for Christmas of 2007, I think it was, um, my parents bought me and my sister the original Nintendo Wii. And then for Christmas 2008, um, someone in our family gifted us a Mario Kart Wii. Funtime says, should I get rid of my PlayStation now? If it's a PlayStation 3 or below, um, I might consider it. I might considering getting rid of it you're um if you can't play the latest releases of the games, or if you don't like playing the old versions of the old PlayStation games. But if you've got a PlayStation 4, or somehow you were able to get a PlayStation 5, which the whole internet was talking about how they could not get on release day, and people have paid ridiculous amounts of money to scalpers on eBay to go out and get a PlayStation 5. Um, if you've got a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, I would not get rid of it. But if I assume that the Xbox Series S is one of the later models of Xbox. Captain Matt is more of a gaming expert than me, so if he pops up in the live stream, he could probably answer that answer that question better. Um, but assuming that the Xbox Series Six is no, I want to say Series Six, Series S is the latest Xbox, and you have a PlayStation 3 or older. Just my opinion. I'm not a console gamer myself, but in my opinion, I would get rid of it if the graphics are just that much better, and the graphics of a PlayStation 3 or below is that much outdated. Now we need a light bluish grey 1x3 plate. Yeah, and so yeah, Funtime says it's the new release. Hmm. Okay, so what do we need now? We need some more plates. A 1x6 plate. There we go. And now we need some 1x1 bricks to fill the top of the column on the outside. And then, oh, hang on. Did you use the brick separator again? So take a shot of water. We don't need a 1x6 plate, we need a 1x8 plate on the near side. And then a 1x6. No, you don't need a 1x6, we need two 1x8. Another 1x8 on the far side. Come on, snap in there. Okay, and that is page 227. Now let's go to page 228. So now we have to put in a light bluish grey 4x4 macaroni tile, and then two white 1x1 square tiles. And now we need to put in the tiles for the column details, which consists of 1x6 white tiles and 1x4 white tiles. Funtime says, I've been waiting all day for you to stream. Well, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting then. Oh, I forgot to put in these column details. Better put these in while I caught myself. Yeah. Okay, here we go. And then we need to put in a layer of bricks. I think I missed putting a layer of bricks. Yeah, need to put in a layer of bricks. And I'd say we're under 200 pieces to go in bag number 5. Funtime says, it's fine, it gives me something to do at night. That's the same approach I take when I'm watching people doing live streams in the UK when they're getting home from work, etc. Like I talked about Sam's Trains, who is a model train channel in a previous live stream. He does 2 live stream series per year, and when when the UK is in daylight saving and Australia is not in daylight saving, those live streams start at 11:30 p.m. Yeah, they start at 11:30 p.m. But when Australia is in daylight saving and the UK isn't in daylight saving, those live streams start at 1:30 a.m. And I've talked about Brickzar several times on the Mayo Hosco channel. So you know the drill. If you don't know him, you're living under a rock. When he uploads his videos, that's at 2:30 a.m. for me, and so often I stay up late waiting to watch his videos when he uploads them at 2:30 a.m. But when Australia is in daylight saving and the US is out of daylight saving, those uploads are at 4:30 a.m. for me, so I can't watch them when they are first released or uploaded. Yeah, daylight saving, it's a blessing and a curse because there are so many benefits of the internet for this of the schedule of the internet with me for daylight saving, but then there are also so many negatives as well. Like I watch First Take. Well, I am a regular viewer of First Take on ESPN. On ESPN, because I love my American sports. But when I'm in daylight saving and New York isn't in daylight saving, they First Take starts at 1:30 a.m. for me. But when New York is in daylight saving and Australia isn't in daylight saving, they start at 11:30 p.m. for me, which means I can actually watch the whole program on during during the winter months. But in the summertime, which is which is the pinnacle of the NFL season because of the NFL playoffs, and January is one of the bigger months for the NBA. Often I'll only be able to watch 1 hour at night, and then I'll have to watch the other hour the next morning. But that's the price I have to pay. Funtime says, "What is the point of daylight savings time?" Well, the point is energy consumption. The longer the longer the sun is out during the summertime, because in summertime that's when the most amount of hours of the day are daylight compared to night light. Um, the longer the sun is out, the less lights you have to use in your house, and the less lights you have to use in your house at night, the less energy you end up using, which means that you can reduce your electric bills by not using as many lights. But also for for hot for hot summer climates like South Australia and the other northern states of Australia, daylight saving ends up being compensated by the fact that we have to use our air conditioners a lot and we have more heat waves than a lot of countries in the northern hemisphere. So that kind of cancels each other out. But it's daylight saving is a methodology very similar to when um, um, the North American oil crisis back in the 70s. Because of that, um, I believe it was that when the national highway speed limit of the US, excluding expressways and freeways and interstates, was capped at 55 miles an hour, which is the equivalent of 90 kilometers an hour in the metric system speed limit. Um, Instead of us saying 0 to 60, we would say 0 to 100 for measuring acceleration. Now on to page 230, and we've just ticked past 32 minutes, and the microphone is still connected. Okay, so yeah, we're putting this on there now. So now we have to build the roof for this section. Okay, so we need a 2 by 14 light bluish grey plate, and then two 4 by 6 dark bluish grey plates, and then underneath we need a 2 by 10 and actually that's not right. That's not right. We need a 1 by 8. We need a 1 by 8 and a 6 by 6 dark bluish grey plate. So then we can put a 1 by 4 dark bluish grey plate on top, and then we can get a dark bluish grey 2 by 14 plate, and put in another 1 by 4 plate. Funtime says, "What are you studying?" Well, I am studying applied geographical information systems because I want to become a cartographer because I like working with maps. One day I would love to design and edit maps, and if need be, I'd love to go out in the field and do surveying of the landscape because I've had a passion for maps ever since I looked at the 2006 Gregory's Street Directory of the suburbs of Adelaide, South Australia, and some of the regional surroundings like the Fleurieu Peninsula and the Mount Lofty Ranges Hills. I was fascinated with maps ever since then, and I've drawn a lot of maps, and I've actually sold some art that was a map when I I took part in art class back in grade 10. That was a really cool time because some I had some really good art teachers and I enjoyed those art classes. And I was stoked that I was actually able to sell some art. I mean, the production value, the cost of making that art was really low because it was a collage. So there's only so much value that you can put into a collage. Um, what am I missing? Oh, yeah, I built this wrong. I need 1x4 plates. Oh, yeah. And so yeah. And so with all of that stuff, that's only further enhanced my love for maths. And when back in grade 10, when we were doing when my school forced everyone to do a class to get us thinking about what career path we want to go down. I was looking at I was looking at a bunch of different careers um, that universities had degrees for, and then when I saw a degree at one university in South Australia that um, that actually that's not right. That's not right. Or is it? Oh, yeah, that's just later on in the build. Hang on. No, I see what I've done wrong. I need to put another 2x14 plate. There we go. So when I saw that one of the universities had that as a degree, and I researched some of the job paths that you can go down within with a geographical information systems degree, I thought, why not try to pursue a career in cartography? And so I've um, that's what I've developed a passion for ever since I was in grade 10, expanding on passions that I had as a young child when I was young and innocent and didn't know a clue about the world. And Fun Time says, my passion is ships. So you'd be a nautical person, and I'm assuming you know all of the nautical lingo. I still, I still can't remember which is the bow and which is the stern of the ship. But what I do know is that POSH is an acronym for Port Over Starboard Home on the Titanic ship between Southampton in the UK and New York. And that's because the higher paying passengers wanted to get the sun. They wanted to see the sunset go down from their cabin windows. Okay, Funtime says the bow is the front and the stern is the rear. Okay, thank you for letting me know that. So the bow is the front. I always thought that the bow, yeah, and the stern is the back. I always thought that the bow was the back because um because of some dirty jokes. I'm not going to get into that. And this is the same floor design that we've repeated 3 times now for this. Oh, didn't know you can actually see this in the background here. And I don't even need to angle the camera down, which is nice. So if you go back and look at some of the previous live streams, you'll know that I have already built this same build 3 times now. And it's repeated for these 2 floors over here. So you need the 1x10 light bluish grey plate to interlock these dark bluish grey 6x8 plates and 6x6 quarter round plates, and then the 1x4 plate to cap it all off. on this side, and then on the other side, need the two 1x2 plate. Well, we need the 1x2 plate. Actually, I built this wrong. This is supposed to be a two. This is supposed to be a 1x10. I thank God I didn't have to use the brick separator. And the other 1x2 plate. And then the 1x4 plate to cap off the other side. So I mentioned that I've done this same build in the I think the previous two live streams. If you've missed out on any of the previous live streams, you can go back and watch those live streams because I have them in a playlist that I believe is called Mayo's Podcasts and Live Streams. Correct me if I'm wrong about that in the comments below. But along with the different live stream series as I've done, like when I did the pavement of some of my road base plates. Obviously, this live build series of Lego Assembly Square Modular Set 10255, the Mayo Sorts It live series that I did back in April when I was that was a previous edition of Operation Sort in the Mayo Hosco Winter Bonanza. I've continued Operation Sort because the more and more pieces I find on the floor of my bedroom, the more the fuller my red tub gets. And whenever my red tub gets to high capacity, that's when I know that it's time to sort a bunch of my bricks and that it's time for Operation Sort. And because this we're building the roof right now, that means we can put some of these skylights on, which is the 3x6 by 1 windscreen pieces. Funtime says, how long have I been are you where has it been 3 or 4 days? I think you might have mistyped now. This is the third live stream I've seen you in the comments in the live chat. So for Mike from California and for all the other viewers out there who have missed out on some Mayo Hosco videos, I would encourage you to go back to the previous videos and watch them if you find anything that takes your interest. I have dedicated playlists for the different types of my videos. So I've already said that I've got a playlist for all of my live stream episodes and my podcast episodes. I also, yeah. He says I meant viewer. Yeah. Yeah. So I've also got a playlist for all my haul videos. I've got a playlist for all of my videos that have Lego in them. I've got a playlist for every Mayo Hosco video in chronological order. I've got a playlist that has some of my Lego soccer set gameplay videos. I've got where is this 1x2 cheese slope? I've got a playlist for every Mayo Hosco video that has a train in them, whether it's a Lego train or some of my Thomas Wooden Railway layouts that I've put onto YouTube. Where is the R? Okay, it's not. I've built this wrong. You need to get out the brick separator so you can take a shot of water. Come on, pull up. And I'm going to need to remove these. Slide them down one stud. And then we can put a 1x1 cheese slope in. Hopefully I can get this off. There we go. That fixes it. I'm weird because I like Lego video games and Dungeons and Dragons and Pokemon. Well, if you I haven't done any Lego video games. I've never played any Lego video games besides the besides some of the games on Lego.com. But I would love to play the Lego Western chess game and also the Pirates chess game. Funtime says, "Are you sure it's water?" I'm not sure what you mean by that. What else? Okay, that is 235. So let's go to 236. So now we're building a doorway, which I assume is the top of the stairs, and it's a garage style roll-up door. So we need a 1x4 window frame with the roll-up door insert, and then that's attached to four 1x1 light bluish grey headlight bricks. Come on, fit in there. I like all video games actually. Well, if you like all video games, maybe a suggestion is maybe you should try and do some games. Maybe you should try and do some gameplay videos on your YouTube channel about that. Because speaking of gameplay videos, Captain Matt has done a lot of gameplay videos, particularly with Pokemon and Minecraft. And so if you're interested in those videos, I would suggest that you go and check out the Captain Matt YouTube channel, and you can find some of that content and watch it. For all of you gaming fans out there, I used to watch a lot of Minecraft gameplay videos, but not as much anymore because I got bored of the genre, and also because some of those channels made decisions that I didn't agree with, so I stopped watching their videos. I'm not gonna name names. Okay, there's the top of that door. Now we need to put our now we need to stack 13 times a white 1x2 inverted slope and a white 1x1 modified brick with the flowish scroll pattern, which is this type of piece. And once again, I apologize for the bad visual quality and the not up to scratch audio quality of the videos, of the live streams. That's because I'm forced to do live streams on my computer. If I had 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours in the last 12 months, I would be eligible to do live streams on my mobile devices, which are better quality than my computer. And it's a damn shame that I'm not going to be able to do live streams when I get the iPhone 13 in October or November of 2021, because I'm just under 15%. I'm just under 15% of the way to 1,000 subscribers because I've got 137. But I'm I'm 1 out of 40 the necessary watch time hours because I'm at 102 watch time hours right now. I need 4,000 within a 12-month period. So that's why it's important to me that all of you subscribers go back and watch the old videos and encourage other people in your social media circles who are also involved in the Mayo Hosco community to go back and watch the old videos so we can ramp up that watch time. Go back and watch the old videos and leave a like and comment below your thoughts about the video. And if you choose to leave a dislike on any of my videos when you go back and watch them, um, let me know in the comments down below why you chose to dislike that video. And then we can go back and forth, we can get involved in a conversation about how I can improve my videos to suit the needs of the viewer who choose to dislike my videos, because I welcome that constructive criticism, because I'm always looking to increase the quality of my videos and the Mayo Hosco channel as a whole. And one of the ways that you can increase the production value of the Mayo Hosco channel is by supporting me on Patreon. And there is a link to my Patreon in every description of every Mayo Hosco video. The minimum you need to donate to become a Patreon supporter is, I think, $4.25 Australian dollars, which is about $3.50 American dollars. But I'm not sure about that. So if someone does decide to click that link and decides to support me on Patreon, they can correct me in the comments below. It looks like we're nearly done with the top of this roof line. So just need to do one more of these builds of this stacking. Oh, and was talking about the playlists I have earlier. I've also got playlists for all of my mock videos. Page 238. Now we need a layer of plates and tiles. And all of the mocks that I have been building in the Mayo Hosco Winter Bonanza will eventually be in that playlist. So when you go and watch videos about my mocks, you can watch my mock videos from that playlist, and then you can watch videos about all the other mocks I have made videos about. And oh yeah, I've built something wrong. Get out the brick separator again, so all of you can take a shot of water. Mike says, I don't see anything wrong with the content. Well, that's nice to hear. Most dollar stores in the US sell fake Lego, so you should go to a dollar store in Australia and see if they have it and react to the quality. I've got some fake Lego that I bought when I was young and innocent and didn't know better because it said Lego compatible. I was too young to know that meant fake. That meant fake. And when I started building those when I was 8 years old or something, I I soon realized that the quality is not on par with Lego. And so I could do a comparison video. Um, Actually, thank you for that request for a video. Fun time. You know, that's something I might do. I might try and make a comparison video between a couple pieces of fake Lego and compare them with real Lego, because I've got some Chinese knockoffs which I can do a comparison of, and I've also got some got some basic bricks that I bought in a 1600 piece brick brick box from Target Australia, which I actually think is the best um, of all the non well-known competitors like Mega Blocks, Mega Constructs, and Kobe and Creo and C3 Constructions, or God forbid Oyo, who did a lot of licensed NFL and NBA sets in the US that had really bad quality. If anyone knows about Oyo, they can let me know in the comments below. Um, I came across a non-known brick brand that actually has a slightly stronger clutch power than Lego. Normally, with the fake Lego brands, the clutch power is either too loose or way too tight. But I actually found one a that has clutch power that I would say is probably about 10% stronger than Lego, and I've used those pieces on some of my mocks that have a lot of basic bricks. So I'll give you a teaser. Um, some of my the mocks that I made that were dark bluish grey gondola trucks, which were supposed to resemble the troublesome trucks from Thomas the Tank Engine, but I made them longer, but they still don't have the bogey wheels. I made them slightly longer, and obviously I wasn't going to build the face because I want them to be realistic. They have some of that. They have some of that Target brand bricks that I found to use in the construction. And there are some other mocks that I've either made videos about, but haven't filmed videos of yet, or I am yet to make mock videos about, or I'm yet to make mocks about. Um, and there are some slight color differences, but it looks pretty okay in my opinion. And something that people forget about is Tyco blocks back in the 80s, and the legal battles between Tyco and Lego is well documented for those who know about it. What am I missing? I'm missing some pieces. I need one by one bricks. That's weird. Why don't I have one by one bricks? That's not a one by one. That's one of these one by two slopes. Oh, that's weird. The slopes are just hanging there. That's a little bit weird. I would have thought there'd be a brick or something underneath to make that more secure. That's kind of a lazy design in my opinion. So for that plate layout, we need a 1x6 plate, and we're just approaching 59 minutes, and it's 5 p.m. local time. And then we need a 1x4 plate to cap that side off. Then around the back, we need a 1x1 plate. These are all in light bluish grey. Then a 1x8 tile and a 1x6 tile. And then actually, no, don't need a 1x8, we need 3 1x6s. Gotta get my fingernails under here. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. And I think that's still a 1x6. Yeah, that's a 1x6. And then a 1x4 if I can snap this on, come on. And then a 1x2 plate. And then we need a 1x8 plate and another 1x8 plate. Come on, snap on there. And turn the page to page 240. So, what do we need? Now we need to build a small little build for the corner of the roof. So we need 2 light bluish grey 1x1 headlight bricks. And then on top, there's nothing on the top, but on the top recessed stud, we need a 1x2 plate in light bluish grey. And on the bottom recessed stud, we need an upside down placement of the 1x1 half round tile. Come on, fit in there. There we go. And we can put that on the stud. Why isn't that fitting? Why isn't that fitting? Why isn't that fitting? Oh, I see. I see. Those 1x2 slopes are supposed to attach to the bricks that were already placed. That's why they're there. Okay, that makes sense now. So now we can put in that little design. But Mike says, well, I'm going to go play my Xbox. It was nice talking to you. Bye. Okay. Have a good night, Mike. I'll see you in tomorrow's live stream. Take care. Okay, so now we need a layer of tiles. No, not a layer of tiles. We need to put some 1x4 by 2/3 curved slopes. Need to do that build 2 times. Don't fall out of my hands. Come on, snap on there. On both sides. And then we need a 1x4 tile and a 1x8 tile. Come on, snap on there. Snap on there. Snap on there. And then a 1x6 tile. Snap on there. And then another light bluish grey 4x4 macaroni tile, as some people like to call them, or curved tile. Then a 1x4 tile and a 1x8 tile. Come on, snap on there. And then on top of that little build, we can put a 2x3 white 5-sided tile. Let's go to page 242. Weirdly, we have some 1x2 tiles as spare pieces, and I see what we've done wrong. We need to put some of these trans yellow 2x2 round inverted tiles under the stairs. God, this is awkward. I think that's on both floors. Come on, fit under there. And I'm sure we've missed out on. I'm sure we've skipped over somewhere back here. Let me just check if the microphone's still connected. We've just gone past 1 hour and 5 minutes. Oh, hang on. Oh, I see where those are supposed to go. What's going on in the instructions here? We need to put those 1x4 tiles on top of the top stair. That's what I missed out on. Okay, that makes sense. But where will these other white tiles go? 1x2. Trying to see where they might go. Or are they just truly spares? I'm not sure where they would go. Where would they go? Just skimming back through the instructions. Trying to see any steps that has 1x2 white tiles. Ah, I see. They're supposed to go at the bottom of these windows. Oh, this is awkward placement. But I can wedge them in. I'm glad I caught my mistake before it was too late. I thought this is awkward. I think we're going to have to remove the drum kit to get in here. That's going to be some damage. Let's see if we can put this back together. Get back together, come on. Okay, this is going to go back together. Come on, stop falling apart on me. Ugh. Come on, slot in there. Don't go flying off the table. Okay, there we go. That's that floor. And the other floor up here is more easier. Because there's no details beside the piano. So I'm guessing this top floor is supposed to be a dance studio or something. That's probably what the ballerina is there for. She's probably learning ballet and the music instructor is playing the piano to a ballet song. That's why there's the mirror right here. And all of those extra pieces make sense now. But I'm not sure what's going on with that lonely 1x2 black plate. Not sure what the deal with that is. But there we go. All rightio. Just gotta get this snapped on. Okay. Yeah, we were well beyond here. Where were we? Okay, yep, we've done all of that. We've done the roof. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching the last bag 6 of the assembly square set 10255. Actually, before I put all this away, I'm going to put, I'm going to have the ballerina standing in front of the mirror, just so that we can get the minifigs in position. Now we can put the roof back on. Rightio. So, I think I'm going to open the bags for bag 6, and then we're going to call it a day. So I'm going to bring the modular itself back onto the table. Oh, got to make sure this stuff doesn't fall apart on me. And there it is. Okay, got to make sure this lines properly. Come on, snap on there. Why isn't this snapping on? What is going on here? Snap on. These tiles, or these jumpers are causing me a little bit of trouble here. Okay. I would have preferred if they used the modified tiles with the 2 studs on each end instead of the jumpers. But anyway, there we go. You can see it all in place right here on the live stream and on the time lapse, which I am filming right now, and you can just see the time lapse camera in the background. Okay, so you can put this baggie off to the side that holds the mirror window insert. So there we go. And now we can open the bags for bag 6. We are on the home stretch, people. And before I open those bags, I'm gonna take a little water break to lubricate my vocal cords. This isn't right. Something's not right here. Something is not right here. That's recessed too much. But hashtag always be hydrated. I'm just trying to figure out something here. Something's not right. And actually, I forgot to add some magenta flower pieces to the tops of some of these flowers at one of the bay windows. But this isn't right. Hang on, I think I might know why. I think that's where this 1x2 black plate comes. I need to add that. I must have forgot to add that to the sign above the doorway for the coffee shop. Now this should be supported. Yes, that works. And the door opens and everything. Okay, that's better. That's how it needs to be. That's where that plate went. And I'm glad I figured that out before it was too late. Because eventually I will be placing this in Mayo City when I have finished this build. So I've got probably over 100 spare pieces right now from the set, and a lot of interesting pieces like the 1x2, the 1x1 light 10 quarter round tile with the printing for the cherry pie, and also the 1x1 white round tile with the red swirl pattern that's been used for lollipops and other hard candy, and some of the printed Simpsons donuts, which I'm always excited to get, and some of the light bluish grey agents guns, and for some reason a couple like tan 2x2 dishes and a dark bluish grey baton element and a whole lot of flower pieces, a whole lot of spare 1x1 square plates, tiles, and cheese slopes. Um, and some reason one of these small 3x4 leaf pieces. I'm not sure about that, but because that is bothering me, I'm going to put that in the build somewhere because I don't like the fact that this is just hanging around. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it at the back of the grating above the alley, above the mini alleyways, just because I don't like seeing that as an extra piece. That puzzles me, to be honest. So there we go. Now let's turn this back around again. And I'm guessing we're going to build the two white street lamps um, in bag 6, because the white street lamp is used in every modular set. So now it's time to open the bags for bag 6. Let's do a microphone check. We've just gone past 1 hour and 16 minutes. Yep, microphone is still connected. And let me just do an audio check on my phone as well. Hello. Hello. Okay, yeah, it's still the same as when I started. Okay. What is this piece used for? What is this piece going to be used for? Wow. Is that a Technic excavator bucket piece? This has really caught my attention. If anyone knows the exact name of this piece, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. Wow. How are they going to use this piece? Is it going to be used for roof detail? Let me look at the side of the box. Actually, oh yes, it is going to be used for the roof detail. Somehow, the designer, I'm just looking at a little image in the instructions right now. And there's two of these Technic buckets, excavator buckets. Wow, I'm just looking at the images in the instructions right now. Somehow that's going to be used for the roof detail that's on top of the photographer's studio. Wow, what an interesting build technique. Oh my. Can't wait to see how that gets connected. That's the most surprising build technique I've seen in this build so far. Wow, how creative is that? That's really, really impressed me. I cannot wait to get to that step. That is really, really intriguing now. what I'm seeing, somehow they've been able to use Thor's hammer as one of the many sets that have now decided to use Thor's hammer for details. And that's what I was talking about in the previous, in two live streams ago, I think it was. Lego comes out with a specialized piece for the intended use for one purpose. And then with the creativity of the set designers, they find a way to use those pieces over and over and over again for a bunch of different purposes that wasn't the intended purposes. And Thor's hammer and all of the curved slopes that were used for increasing the accuracy of Speed Champions vehicles. Are just some of the examples that come to my mind. Okay, so there are all the pieces for bag 6. I really can't wait for doing this step of the build. Hashtag always be hydrated. Let me do a microphone check. Yep. And we have just ticked part, we're just coming up to 1 hour and 23 minutes. And we'll continue, we'll be building bag number 6 in tomorrow's live stream, which will be a shortened live stream because I have a Forge of Empires event, or something in Forge of Empires, which is the mobile game that I'm always playing, at 4:30 p.m. So tomorrow's live stream will be a short one, and which means even though I won't be doing live streams during that time, hopefully I'll have an hour to have an hour more to build some more mocks and to film some more videos about that. So thank you for watching this live stream. Feel free to like, comment, and share this video with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. To be notified of every Mayo Hospo upload, be sure to click that bell icon so that you don't miss out. And if you want to see exclusive behind the scenes content, if you want to see early access to my videos before they get uploaded to YouTube, if you want to see exclusive images and text that I might not otherwise share on my social media, if you want to get the right to vote on some Mayo Hospo polls, the right to get some administrative control of what goes on around here, feel free, and you want to see the production value of this channel grow, hopefully one day being the chance to enter some Mayo Hospo giveaways, as well as a bunch of other perks, feel free to support me on Patreon. Besides getting in touch with me in the comments section down below, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to my social media, my Patreon, and the Mayo Hospo fan club, which is a Facebook group, is in the description of every Mayo Hospo video. Anyway, thank you for fun time, Mike from California, for getting involved in another Mayo Hospo live stream, and thank you for Captain Matt for all the times he's gotten in these live stream series, as well as the other random people who have popped up from time to time in this live stream series. And for and also thank you, Captain Matt, for the fan mail, the generous fan mail, which I need to edit the film I've done that about. Oh, Funtime is back. He says hi. Well, I'm literally just about to end this stream, so sorry about that. So thank you for watching this live stream. I probably won't see you at 11 p.m. tonight, and I will see you in the next live stream, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. End stream.